so much pressure on them, but so far they haven't done it.
All right, Ross, thank you. Meantime, local civil rights leaders are also weighing in on the planned burning of the Quran. KUSI's Ed Ledman is here with that part of our coverage tonight. Ed?
Alan, our conversations today centered not only in the right of free speech, but that right in the context of American values.
Of grace, the Lord of the day of judgment, thee alone do we worship, and unto thee alone do we turn to aid. Guide us to the straight way, the way of those whom thou hast bestowed thy blessings.
Edgar Hapida of the San Diego chapter of the Council on American-Islamic Relations is reading to us. It's his favorite passage from the Quran. It's a prayer, he says, that is similar to the Lord's Prayer. The fact that someone would burn this sacred book is repugnant to him, but the perspective he shared with us is one he hopes people around the world, including other Muslims, will embrace.
This is a isolated case. We hope that the Muslims across the world do not see this as American Christians going after and desecrating the book of Islam, but rather it's an isolated case, and that the majority of Christians and Americans are against this horrific and very insensitive act.
That type of outrageous, coarse, really, in a way, un-American attitude towards another's faith should be condemned.
As regional director of the Anti-Defamation League, Morris Casuto has spent his life fighting and educating us on bigotry. But welcome, he says, to a secular democracy, where irrational people are allowed to speak and, yes, act.
I would think the Islamic community is bigger than to pay these individuals any mind. And their faith is stronger than to allow the burning of the Quran to make them so angry that they would do things untoward.
If Edgar Hapida could speak to Pastor Terry Jones of Gainesville, Florida,
I would tell him that this is not a constructive act. We're willing to dialogue with him and to explain our faith to him. But I think that burning the Quran is likened to what Nazis did to the Jews back in Europe, where they burned Torahs. And it's just a sign of religious persecution. And people, especially the American public, see it as an extremist act.
Now, Morris Casuto says he doesn't want to diminish the emotions of Muslims reacting to the burning, but says, let's take the high road here, not the low road. Our faith is stronger than your arson. And when we don't respond, Terry Jones's 15 minutes on TV is all he's got. Alan?
And what about counter demonstrations that might be taking place locally here?
I spoke with Edgar Hapida about that as well. Nothing on Saturday as planned, but he did say there would be some possible interfaith events next week after the 9/11 observances on Saturday.
All right, Ed, thank you for that.